Hi, I'm Bill Cook from Greenlee County Cooperative Extension in Duncan, Arizona. We're talking about Y filters today. If you're running any kind of drip system or whatever, you will probably want to filter your water. So the basics, this is the Y filter, this is the canister, there's a filter inside, and you will see an arrow, and that's the direction of water flow. Because if you put it on backwards, you're not going to filter your water. So you always, any of these irrigation components, filters, valves, pressure regulators, things like that, you'll want to look for that arrow. It's kind of hard to see on some of these things, but there is a direction of flow. The next thing about a Y filter is the working part, the screen. So you'll notice here I have a selection of screens. This is a 200 mesh. This is a 50 mesh. This is like a 150, I think. So why are there different meshes? Well, when you start looking at your water delivery, your method, in a catalog or whatever, there should be information there as to how much the water has to be screened. For example, I was ordering some flat soaker tubing on the internet the other day, and it said on there, on the spec sheet, that it requires a 200 mesh filtration. That means that anything less than 200 mesh will allow particles that could plug it up. Whereas on my micro sprayers and drip emitters and stuff, most of them call for a 150. Anything you know, finer than a 150 is not absolutely necessary. So why not take the safe approach and just always use the finest screen that you can get? Well, the main reason there is that the finer the screen is, the more often you're going to have to clean it. And why clean your 200 mesh screen unnecessarily if 150 will do the job? Some of these screens are quite coarse. This one is, I think, about a 30 or a 50 mesh screen. For something like well water that has an occasional chunk of rust in it, that's good. The problem is, you will find that anything less than 150 mesh screen will allow particles that can clog your automatic valves. So because I have a well and because particles clog automatic valves, I put a screen ahead of my valves. Because the chunks of rust from the well casing, whatever, can mess up your valve. So the mesh is a good thing to take into account. This is another one of my favorite options. This is called a spin clean. You'll see there is this spin plate in here, and what this does is it spins the water around the inside of the filter, and that helps to flush the stuff to the bottom, because not only is there direction, but there's a right way and a wrong way, and you turn it down. The nice thing with the spin clean option is I can open this valve and blast water through my screen, and the spin plate will swirl the water around, and I can do that a couple of times before I actually have to take it out and clean it. So when you do actually take the parts out and clean them, you take out the screen from the inside. This is a different kind. You clean it. I use a bottle brush. When you go to put this back together, you will see there is a little O-ring. I like to lubricate that little O-ring with a little bit of white lithium grease. Vaseline would work. But you want to lubricate that before you put it back together so that the O-ring does not bunch up. Because if you bunch up and pinch the O-ring, it's going to leak. So that's a good start on everything you need to know about Y filters.